Hello students, I am Madhuri Abhale from Saraswat International Academy. I am teaching Science of Standard 6th. Here we are going to continue chapter number 4, Sorting Materials into Groups part 6. So, today we are going to see notes of experiments, answer in short and give reasons. So, let's start with describe the following experiment with diagram. Number 1, to check whether given solid substances are soluble in water or not. So, in this experiment, you need to check whether the substances are soluble in water, that means well mixed in water, or not. So, answer, first of all, you write aim. What is our aim of this experiment? To check whether given solid substances are soluble in water or not. Next step is apparatus and material. For proving this experiment, what type of things and what type of materials you need to collect. Number 1, sugar, salt, chalk powder, sand and sawdust. So there are total 6 apparatus were there, and in material 5 glasses, or you can write it as 5 beakers and spoon for stirring the water. The next step is you need to draw diagram. Here in this diagram I have drawn only 2 glasses or only 2 beakers, but you need to draw 5 beakers because we are having here 5 apparatus. That is why you need to draw 5 different types of beaker. So in first beaker you need to take sugar, in second beaker you need to add salt, in third beaker you need to add chalk powder, in fourth sand, and in last beaker you need to add sawdust. So let's see the procedure how to conduct this experiment. Point number 1, take 5 glasses or beakers. Number 2, fill each one of them about 2/3 with water. Suppose this is one beaker and you need to pour water into this beaker by 2/3 with water. Point number 3, add a spoonful of sugar to the first glass. In first beaker you need to add sugar, in second salt, and similarly. Then in third beaker you need to add chalk powder, in fourth beaker sand, and in fifth beaker sawdust. Add small amounts of the other substances as per the apparatus given in the apparatus and material. Let's see. Point number 4, stir the content of each of them with a spoon. Now you need to stir the content for proper observation. Point number 5, wait for a few minutes. Number 6, observe what happens to the substances added to water and note your observation. After stirring the content you need to wait few minutes, and after that you need to observe what happened. The next step of the experiment is observation. Now, as per the apparatus we had taken, I have made one table here. In that the apparatus has written over here in first column, and in second column the substances are whether they are disappears in water or does not disappear. Disappear means they were soluble in water, and does not disappear means they are insoluble in water. So let's see. First Salt. So everyone knows that salt is a soluble substance, so it will disappear completely in water. If we talk about sand, then sand does not disappear. Sand sink in the water because it is a insoluble substance. If we talk about sugar, same as salt, sugar is also a soluble substance, so it will disappear completely in water. The next is chalk powder. Again, chalk powder will sink in the water because it is insoluble in water, so does not disappear. And the last one is sawdust. Again, sawdust is also insoluble substance, so that it does not disappear. Let's see point number 1 of the observation. Salt and sugar completely disappear in water. Point number 2, sand, chalk powder and sawdust do not disappear when dissolved in water. So as per this table, we can convert this table into these two statements. Now the last step of this experiment is conclusion. Sugar and salt are soluble in water, whereas sand, chalk powder and sawdust are insoluble in water. Now the next question is answer the following questions in short. These questions can be asked in exam for 2 marks. Let's see. Number 1. Why is wood not used for making cooking utensils? That means wood हम लोग क्यों यूज़ नहीं करते cooking utensils में? Let's see the answer. Food is cooked in utensils and hence utensils are often heated. Everyone knows that at the time of cooking we need to on the gas, and with the help of that heat our food being cooked. If cooking utensils were made of wood, they would catch fire. Everyone knows that wood is having that property that it will get fire very soon. Fire as soon as they are kept on gas stove. Hence cooking utensils are not made of wood. So in this question our point number 1 is food is cooked in utensils and utensils are often heated. So everyone knows that wood catches the fire soon if we kept on gas stove. Hence we never use wood in cooking utensils. Let's see question number 2. On what basis do we sort object? So in this we can write the properties of material. So on the basis of properties we can sort the objects. Let's see the answer. Objects are sorted on the basis of their appearance, hardness, solubility, transparency and whether it floats on water or sink in it. So all these comes under properties of material. So on the basis of their appearance, hardness, solubility, transparency and whether it floats on water or sink in it. On the basis of these properties we can sort the objects easily. Let's see question number 3. In how many different categories can a material be classified on the basis of its transparency? On the basis of its transparency. Give 2 examples of each. Everyone knows that on the basis of transparency there were 3 parts of the transparency part. One is opaque material, the other one is transparent material and the third one is translucent material. So let's see the answer. A material can be classified into 3 different categories on the basis of its transparency. One is transparent material, like example glass and water. Number 2, opaque materials, that is wood and iron. And the number 3 is translucent materials. Examples are oily paper and sand glass. So there are total 3 categories of transparency of material. Now let's move to the question number 4. What are the benefits of grouping material? So what are the benefits of grouping material? Let's see. Answer: grouping materials has the following benefits. Point number 1, similar objects are placed together making them easier to locate. Suppose example, अगर आप लोग मॉल्स में जाते हो, ओके, एंड इन फूड कैटेगरीज बिस्किट्स के जो डिपार्टमेंट्स रहते हैं वो अलग रहेंगे, वेजिटेबल डिपार्टमेंट जो रहेगा वो अलग रहेगा, चिप्स के डिपार्टमेंट जो रहेंगे वो अलग रहेंगे, कोल्ड ड्रिंक्स का डिपार्टमेंट जो रहेगा वो अलग रहेगा. सो ऑन द बेसिस ऑफ similarity we can distribute the objects together, okay, because it is easier to locate. Point number 2, dividing materials into groups makes it easier to study their properties. Suppose I am having different types of material. Some were made up of plastic, some were made up of wood, and some were made up of different materials. So suppose I am making groups of that object, so I will divide this object into 3 categories. One is objects made with wood, objects made with metal, and object made with plastic. So with the help of this distribution or this grouping, I can study this material easily. Okay. Our next point is point number 3. Grouping also helps to study the patterns in the properties of the material. We can also follow the patterns of that material. Suppose I have grouped objects into different patterns like circle pattern I have divided in other side, the triangular pattern I have divided in other side, the rectangular pattern I have divided in other types. So I am having here 3 different categories of different patterns. So with the help of the grouping of pattern, the study of properties of material being easy. Point number 4, it becomes easy to take stock of the materials. Also can get information about the shortfall of the material. Suppose I have grouped the materials into, I have divided biscuits in first group, I have divided chips into second group, and I have divided some cold drinks in third group, and I am having 5 biscuits over here, 5 chips in this, and 5 cold drinks here. After selling these commodities, at the end the biscuits were remain 0, chips were there here 1, and cold drinks here 4. So now easily I can see here that my biscuits commodity were no longer exists, so that I will go in the market and I'll purchase some biscuits for maintain the stock. So with the help of grouping materials, I can maintain my stock record also. So in this answer, we seen that what are the benefits of grouping materials. Number 1 is we can differentiate similar objects, so we can locate it easily. Dividing materials into groups make it easier to study their property. So we can easily study their property if we divide this material into groups. Point number 3 was patterns. With the help of patterns, we can also distribute the objects into different groups so that we can easily study their property. And the point number 4 is it becomes easy to take stock. Already I have given an example how to we maintain our stock of the materials. Also we get information about the shortfall of the materials. Some commodities we already sell it out, so with the help of grouping of materials we can conclude that the shortfall of that material. Our next question is explain giving scientific reasons. Now one statement is given here and we need to explain by giving its reason. The showcases kept in shops have glass doors. Everyone knows that अगर हम लोग क्लोथ्स परचेस करने जाते हैं तब वहाँ के जो शॉप्स के डोर्स रहते हैं वो किससे बने हुए रहते हैं? ग्लास से बने हुए रहते हैं. सिंपल, बिकॉज ग्लास इज़ अ ट्रांसपेरेंट मटीरियल. ओके, विद द हेल्प ऑफ दैट ट्रांसपेरेंट मटीरियल जो क्लोथ्स लगाए हुए रहते हैं वो इजीली कस्टमर्स को क्या हो सके, दिखाई दे सके, एंड कस्टमर क्या होंगे, उससे अट्रैक्ट होंगे वो प्रोडक्ट को लेके. दैट इज़ वाई जो शॉपकीपर्स रहते हैं वो अपने शॉप को क्या करते हैं, विद द हेल्प ऑफ ग्लास वो डोर्स रखते हैं. लेट्स सी द आंसर. ग्लास इज़ अ ट्रांसपेरेंट मटीरियल. If the shutters of the showcases are made of glass, the goods are kept in the showcase can be easily seen without even opening the shutter. Hence, the customer can easily see the available product and the shopkeeper can easily sell it. So, it is a one type of advertising campaign. Okay, so with the help of glass material, because it is a transparent material, the consumers can easily sell their products by attracting their customers. So in today's session we had seen experiment. In that we saw some substances, solid substances are soluble in water and some were insoluble in water. In that we saw different steps. The first step is aim, the second step is apparatus and material, the third step is diagram, fourth one is procedure, fifth one is observation, and the sixth one is conclusion. So you need to write all the experiment in these steps only. So in this we had taken apparatus, sugar, salt, chalk powder, sand and sawdust, and in material we had taken 5 glasses, or you can say 5 beakers, and spoon for stirring the substance or apparatus. Now we need to draw the diagram, and with label, you need to draw a label on that diagram. Now next step is procedure. First of all, what the first step is, you have taken 5 beakers, then you need to put water in beaker by 2/3. Then you need to add these all apparatus, sugar, salt, chalk powder, sand and sawdust. From these apparatus, sugar and salt will easily mix with water, but chalk powder, sand and sawdust will not. So with the help of this experiment we conclude that sugar and salt are soluble substance, whereas chalk powder, sand and sawdust are insoluble substance. After this experiment, we saw answer in short. First one is, why is wood not used for making cooking utensils? Because at the time of cooking हम लोग वेसल्स को क्या करते हैं, हीट प्रोवाइड करते हैं. ओके, बट एवरीवन नोज दैट वुड क्या करता है, कैच फायर सून. वो फायर को क्या करता है, ईजिली कैच कर लेता है. दैट इज़ वाई एट द टाइम ऑफ कुकिंग वी कैन नॉट यूज़ वुड एज कुकिंग utensil. Our next question is, on what basis do we sort objects? So simply you need to write properties of material: appearance, hardness, solubility, transparency, and whether things were floats on water or sink in it. And number 3 question is, materials be classified on the basis of transparency. So there were three factors. One is transparent material, opaque material, and translucent material. Example of transparent material: glass, water. Opaque material, you can write mirror, iron, wood, metal, anything. In translucent, oily paper, sand, glass, you can write. Number 4 question is, what are the benefits of grouping material? So there are total 4 points. In point number 1, we can distribute the objects in similar group. That is why it is easier to locate. Point number 2, dividing materials into groups make it easier to study their properties. For studying properties of the material, it is easy to group things into different categories. Number 3 is, we can also group the things into different patterns, because we can easily study the properties of material on the basis of patterns. And in point number 4, we can easily maintain a stock record, and whether our stock is, if our stock is shortfall, then we can purchase it soon. After that, we saw explain giving scientific reason, in that the showcases kept in shops have glass doors. So why? Because glass is a transparent material. Okay, and the shutter of that showcases are made up of glass, because they can easily attract the customers towards their product. Okay, so that is why the consumers can easily see the available product and the shopkeeper can easily sell it. That is why shopkeepers glass doors रखते हैं. Thank you.